And girls, this is the largest battle of the war so far. The last time you watched this series might have been mid-June, when there was a huge battle in Bowling Green in Kentucky. 90,000 soldiers were duking it out, and it ended with a Confederate victory and a lot of frustration from the player, me. We suffered a lot of casualties, but in the end, obviously we got the better part of it, but still it was an expensive victory. Pyrrhus victory, you might call it. No, not really. It was a proper victory, but it was an expensive one. So what happened since then is I've been manually micromanaging and chasing Union armies around in Virginia, because they get out to the coast and they get onto shipping and they move around, and they are able to embark within instantaneously, even if they're not in a port, which is unrealistic and annoying, and makes it very hard to engage the Union armies. I have also done a deep dive into the leadership command and promoted a lot of historically famous leaders now, and you will probably recognize the OOB, or leadership command ratings, at least in the Eastern armies here. So let's dive into this a little bit better, get into the game, and I'll show you what's going on here. We are right now at Manassas, or at least our armies are at Manassas, whereas the Northerners, they seem to be, they captured Alexandria here? I think so, maybe. No, it's still, Alexandria Port is still Confederate. But we have the Army of Washington here, 10,000 men. Oh, they're not involved in the combat. That's lucky. So, oh, this is really weird. Oh, yeah, it's here. It is the Army of Washington that has engaged us with 10,000 men. Behind them, we have the Army of Potomac with 31,000 men and 100 guns. Army of Occupation is somewhere around here. It's inside Washington, 8 hours away. So I guess those are fairly historical numbers. Could you march on foot with an army from Washington, central Washington, all the way to Manassas in 8 hours? I'm not so sure. As you can see here, I just created the Army of Shenandoah here because I constantly need to split up my 1st and 2nd Corps, which is the Army of Northern Virginia. Kind of, I think it's historical, but I think Lee had to send Jackson or Longstreet up into the Valley of Shenandoah to defend up here, so they had to split up the army. This time it's more been that I had to go down and defend versus the Flying Flotilla here, and the Department of Pennsylvania, which is 33,000 men on... I checked this symbol with the anchor and the wavy C symbol. That means it's a navy. So apparently these guys are sitting off the coast, and I had the Army of Virginia down here and tried to engage it in battle, and I couldn't. So they're not on land, they are at sea. How the Union are keeping 33,000 soldiers at sea for many weeks, just sitting there ready to land, I don't know. It's quite unrealistic, but that's the way the game works here. I'm just glad they haven't engaged. Instead, we're fighting actually even odds. I'd even say we have the same amount of artillery. They outnumber us very heavily in cavalry, of course, but in total numbers we're about equal. And the AI never uses cavalry for outflanking, so I'm not too worried about it. What you'll see here is that Longstreet is in command of a corps. I think this is the 2nd Corps, Longstreet's corps. It's just renamed itself when I created the Army of Shenandoah. It's a bit confusing here, but basically this is the Army of Virginia with the 1st and 2nd Corps. It's just that Northern Virginia is now led by Lee, and Longstreet has the 2nd Corps, and 1st Corps is still under command of Magruder. Excuse me. And Magruder is a really good commander in this game. I don't know how he performed historically, but he has some awesome stats here. And it didn't hurt the experience of these Longstreet and Lee to promote them from colonels, brigadier generals, like very low command. They only had like 2 stars of experience, and I was thinking, like, if I promote these guys to higher command, they're gonna lose all their experience, and that doesn't seem good. So I kind of was waiting for them to, you know. But then I realized we're in 1863 now, and they have really good stats. And when I promoted them, they didn't lose a lot of experience. They are, of course, West Point officers, which makes you lose less. But I'm a bit surprised how few stars they lost. Anyway, let's get into this battle. And I realized that I was complaining a lot in the last battle in Bowling Green, 90,000 soldiers. The game was quite sluggish, but I am streaming, and that puts strain on any PC system, no matter how modern. So I think if you're playing these tactical battles, I think you'll be doing better than what I am. Just bear in mind that I am streaming, and that might be the reason why the game performs so sluggishly in the tactical battles. It's not unplayable, but it's like every command you have to drag the mouse slowly because it's kind of like lagging behind. It's and since it's so micromanagement intense, the game, at least if you play the way I do, it's actually putting a physical strain on my mouse hand and my shoulders. Lots of complaining here. But it's a fact, this is the way it is. So the Union starts with 9,000 men. It's basically a recon force. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, and it's a defensive battle. And we have 37 engineering points, which is a lot. And this is, what map is this? I suppose Bull Run, yeah. I've seen Bull Run map. I think Manassas is the word for Bull Run. Depending on, I think, let's see, do I know? Okay, the north and the south call it Bull Run and Manassas respectively. I'm not sure which side called it which, it doesn't really matter. Battle of Bull Run. I'm guessing that's the Confederate name of it. This time we have 2 victory locations. We will be defending east to west, it seems. Yeah, here's the... No, okay, we have 2 Union entrance points. Actually 3, sorry. Up here. But it's still the northeast corner of the map, and we are defending. So, and they are on the eastern side of the river. Creek. So, there's a bit of a height here, hill maybe. So here's where we probably put our defenses. Yeah, it's just gonna be, I guess it's just gonna be one huge line battle. Is that the road here? Yeah, it is. Maybe we could take some advantage of this creek here, down here. I'm calling it a creek, but it's Poplar Ford. Yeah, I think we could anchor our weaker units along this creek, and then we can use this road for internal communication. I don't like fighting in the woods here, so maybe we'll slant the line here across the open ground into this forest here. But of course, this will be the focal point of the Union assault. It feels like they're gonna come down either of these 2 roads here, so we're just gonna heavily defend this area here. Let's start by constructing fortifications. I usually try to make 4 sections. You can see how you start with 1 section, 2. When it's red, you cannot construct these forts, which is most of the time. It's extremely finicky. I know how to do it though. You right click once to start deploying, and then you try to get it brown. Okay, I'm gonna left click, that removes it. I'm gonna go back and order a new starting location. See if that, yeah, here we go. So you can see we right clicked, we dragged it, we have 4 sections. I right click again, this is how you do it. And then if I want to continue, I could, you know, well, I couldn't really, but because it's red, but yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm left clicking to stop the build process. It's very unintuitive, but since I know how to do it, now you right click and upgrade it. That was the first one. It would be so much easier and faster if I suppose you can't build close to water. I think that's what's preventing us from placing it. So like here, it should be quite easy to get. Oh, it's red there as well sometimes, but right, left, upgrade. Okay. Okay. Try to get 4 sections. Seems to allow even. Oh, this is a 5 section fort. It doesn't matter. So with this amount of engineering points, I can actually fortify my artillery positions here behind the line. Okay. It's nice that they have fortification points in the game at all. Unfortunately, it doesn't work very well. That's the only problem, the only gripe I have with it. Okay, so how do we defend? I mean, there is a chance that they will come here this way in the south. Let's see if they enter from. They're not gonna enter from here, but they could enter. Alright. If they enter here, Centralville, and go this way, they could end up on the southern. Okay, so why don't we make sure we have a few forts back here? We have so many engineering points that we might as well leave a brigade down here. I guess we could use a bit smaller fort sections here. Okay, I don't know how to continue the fortification line to the left here. If I should, yeah, I guess I should. I might have a secondary line, kind of like behind here, not for artillery. There. Oh, it's so close. There you go. So we can have a semi-double line here of our forts. You know, I'm not sure. I think I might turn left here. It's getting far further away, but it opens up better lines of fire here if I have it in the forest. Okay. There we go. We're kind of running out on fortification points now, but I think I'm just gonna use the last couple of points to further reinforce our most important forts. Still have a few points left. Maybe this one. Nah, that's just gonna end up in the water, isn't it? Maybe this one and this one. No, that's it. Okay. Well, that's a very impressive fortification line, and it protects the. How hard is this battle gonna be? Well, we have good leaders and we have some experienced troops. Did we have the same amount of artillery? I suspect a lot of the Union troops are gonna be green. I'd say, and we're of course defending is a huge advantage. I'm used to fighting odds 3-2, and this is my best army. We have a lot of Mississippi rifles, and we have high. You know, it's not gonna be the hardest battle I've fought. Is it a cakewalk? Almost, not quite. That's my analysis. All right, let's see if we can find. You know, I'm not sure how much troops are actually on the board right now. Let's place Longstreet's Corps. Is that it? No, we have. We also okay. The army of the Shenandoah. That's it. Wait, here's something. Here's Lee. Lee is on the map. Oh wait. I'm confused here. Do we have more troops on the map? No. I mean, they were stacked in one location. All were in Manassas Junction. And yet... Overview. Okay. We have... It says we have 44,000. Strength report. I mean... I know the Union has only 10,000 on the map, right? So logic tells me that we should have 45,000 soldiers on the map. Okay. But I have deployed... I don't understand. This is not entire army, is it? Well, it could be. Let's see. We have Jones, which is in command of Longstreet's Corps. Right, so that's 18,000 men. And then we have... Okay, so this is the entire army. Okay, my bad. My apologies. You know how hard it is to give orders long range to both armies. Okay, now we need to start filling out these. We have Johnson here with the 2nd Division. I think 2nd Division is probably the best. Look, it has 4 stars. No, the 2nd Division is extremely skilled. It's like, it's weird. It's 3 Mississippian, I think 2 Mississippian and 1 Alabamian brigades, and they have 4 or 5 stars. And the closest brigade I have has 4 stars. No, 2 stars. So how come they must have fought a hell of a lot in 1861? I know we fought a lot of defensive victorious battles since 1861, but I can't quite remember. And it's kind of funny how these 3 brigades in one single division ended up so extremely successful. It's not like I've placed my elite brigades into this single division, 2nd Division. It's just organically developed that way. But I think I'll just keep him as a reserve. It's not really... Okay, Loring here, 6th Division. Okay. I couldn't tell you if they're good or not, but we'll have them here on the left flank. They're Virginians, they don't have any stars. So these are kind of... These might be conscripts, or almost conscripts. They'll cover the left flank, I hope. Maybe this is a horrible artillery placement behind the trees here. Okay, and 1st Corps, Magruder. I guess he'll be stationed right at the victory location here, along with Lee. Okay. Then we have the 1st Division. They're a bit, okay, there we have the 1st Virginians with 3 stars. So, okay, I was lying. We have at least 1 brigade, which is decently. What else do we have? We have 3rd Division here, 2 stars. Okay, let's have them fill up the rest of the line. So I actually prefer to send or use my less experienced troops in the front lines so that I give them more experience during the combats. Well, especially if we're talking about defensive battles like this one. Okay. These guys have... this is the Georgian division, I think. Yeah, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Georgia. And the 3rd Georgia has Mississippi rifles because they're more experienced. They have better sharpshooter skills, so I can place them a bit behind. This works great. The leader about here. They have 1 artillery, so that's gonna fit right in there. Oh, my hand is... Okay. And finally, the 1st Division here. I thought I renamed these. That's a Virginia. Or do I want to place some... Let's see here. No, maybe I want to use some of Longstreet's troops here. Let's see what he's got. He's got another Virginia division. Yeah, let's use these guys. They're not very experienced. So I want to turkey shoot a bunch of Federals with them. There we go. They have their own organic artillery, which, oh yeah, it fits in there, but it looks kind of weird. It's kind of weirdly positioned. Let's see if we can get them in there better. There we go. There we go. That looks good. And I suppose 6th Virginia Division, we can just place them back here. Or like, yeah, something like that. There we go. They can fortify themselves with breastworks, right? So we have Longstreet's corps. Oh, I'm gonna place him over there. But the new army commander here. In this battle, of course, I don't need 2 army commands. So we now have the 1st Division. Yeah, I can use the 1st Division. Yeah, I'll use the 1st, sorry. I use the 1st Division as a, not as a reserve, but as a rear guard. Is that the right word for it? I think it is. Here we go. I suppose we'll have the 6th Virginia Division here. And these guys are 1st Virginia Division, very experienced troops, 3 stars with Mississippi rifles. So that's gonna be in case the Union decides to approach us here. It's gonna be quite painful for them. I think I can keep the artillery over here, right? Potentially, maybe, let's see. That's weird. That's a really weird line of fire. Oh yeah, okay, now you can see the orange outline of the, so if they approach along this road here, this battery is gonna take them under fire. And also this one not so much. Maybe, okay, so I'll try to, yeah, maybe, no, there. It's kind of weird, the line of fire, but they cover some parts of the road here. I don't think you can quite trust the... That puts them outside of... Okay. So if I got this right... Oh, What's this? Oh, we have another... Ah, my bad. We have another Florida division here. Where did we put them? Well, maybe we'll have them as some sort of... I want to fight with them, so I'm gonna put them here as some sort of reserve. Maybe a tactical reserve close to the front line. Oh. Hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. And we'll call the 2nd division here with experienced sharpshooters. That's the strategic reserve for the entire army. They can go to the south here, defend Sally Springs and the crossings. I don't know why they're not... Okay, that looks better. I could use their artillery though. I mean, we'll place their artillery. There we go. I'll limber it. And their commander ended up over here. That's not quite necessary. Yeah, there we go. I think that's it. Except the cavalry under Ewell over here. I'm not sure. Where do I want to put the cavalry? I mean, it's not like I can't be outflanked in this position. There we go. Put them on the left flank. Wait. So, let's go through this. The 1st Corps under Magruder, with Lee as the army commander of the we'll call it the 1st Army. But it's the Army of Northern Virginia, right? They're in command of the left flank of the battle, where I expect the enemy to assault me. They are also in command of the 2nd Division, which is the Army Strategic Reserve. The sharpshooters from Mississippi. On the right flank, we have Longstreet's Corps. And... yeah, he is in command of the 6th Virginia and the 4th Florida divisions, correct? 12,000 men. But we also have an army command. Where is that? Longstreet's Corps is under a new army headquarters that I can't find. Here it is, Army of Shenandoah, which apparently... Oh, yeah, okay. The Army of Shenandoah has the Florida division under its direct command, and Longstreet is only commanding... He's also commanding 5th and 6th Virginia. Yeah, of course. Oh, okay, so there we go. So there we got it. We have one army focused on the right side, another one on the left side. Okay. Can you save here? Let's save here. Let's call it Manassas. There will be auto saves, but I don't want to do this setup again. There we go. Yeah, we need to build a couple of breastworks. Not that many though. I'm happy to report that we're only gonna need, as far as I know, 2 breastworks. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. And It's, as I said, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. We're gonna go speed 5. It's very cool that being on the defensive is a huge advantage. I have the impression, I mean, I know Gettysburg was a defensive battle, at least day 2 and day 3. The Union defended on the hills, and they surely trashed the rebels, right, by being in the better terrain. But many battles during the Civil War, my impression, I'm not very good at the Civil War, I'm quite amateurish when it comes to it, is that they were kind of meeting engagements. Even if one side was defending, there wasn't a lot of entrenchment construction early war. They preferred to fight standing up, Napoleonic tactics, and advance and engage the enemy, even if you were the inferior force and clearly in a defensively strategic position. Tactically, they would not play defensively. I don't know if it was considered unsportsmanship or cowardly or why, but considering they were using rifled weapons compared to the unrifled muskets of the Napoleonic Wars, and you had enough losses in the Napoleonic Wars. We have this, many have the, used to have the impression that Napoleonic Wars, sure, they didn't suffer that many losses because the accuracy of the weapons were so bad, but you millions of people died, civilians and soldiers. Sure, they were fighting for a long time, huge amounts of troops involved, but there were losses. Now imagine, multiply that. We know the Civil War is a very, very bloody war. More modern weaponry. Let's go speed times 10 here while I blabber away. But I like the general idea that if you are to attack a fortified position, like you have all these engineer points in, you need at least 2 to 1 to outflank them or push ahead. The AI usually focuses on one point of the line and it sends its entire army there, and it usually gets trashed. Yes, sure, they are able to break route, make nervous a couple of my brigades and kind of open up and get a Pickett's charge at Gettysburg, 1863. They reached the fence on the top of the hill. They actually got across the stone wall up there, but they were pushed back, and the losses were extremely heavy. I think they lost like a third or even half of their men, the 15,000 or so troops that advanced over the open ground. So this represents, I mean, the Union AI is basically doing a Pickett's charge every single battle, because that's just the way the AI is scripted or programmed. Now, how I would redesign this, and I wouldn't give armies as many engineering points. That's probably my main preferred feature redesign. It says that you're supposed to get more engineering points the longer your army is encamped in one location, but I don't think that works very well, because these armies, they just arrived. They've been at Manassas for at the most a week, and yet I had a huge amount of engineering points. I think engineering leaders and the amount of time you stay needs to be made a lot better, because look, this line is going to be suicidal to charge for the Union. Furthermore, the day is almost over. I'm gonna have another day and I'm gonna get almost the same amount of engineering points for day 2. I can build a double line, or I could reinforce these entrenchments even better. So that would reward you for actually staying in one place and entrenching, because you would get those nice, juicy, very efficient engineering points. Now I just feel the game throws them at you, and there's no reason to go on the offensive and try to attack an enemy when he first arrives in a strategic position on the map and drive him away before he can entrench, because I know he's going to have full amount of engineering points. It's going to be suicidal. Of course, the AI doesn't know how to use them as well as a player do. But anyway, it would nerf a human player substantially if you were to... Oh, they withdraw. Oh, would arrives. Right, okay. if you were to lower the amount of engineering points in the game. I don't mind them, but you should have to prepare and work. Like if I have a garrison in Richmond sitting there for months and maybe even years with engineering commanders, they should have a shit ton of engineering points. This army though, however, should not have this amount because they've been in Manassas for a week. That's what I'm saying. It's 6 o'clock in the evening and we haven't seen a sign of the Union. We're running speed times 10. I'm pretty sure, oh my god, this is exactly the time for the Battle of Gettysburg. It was the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of July, wasn't it? 1863? I think it is. So instead of invading, we are now defending. We are sitting on the cemetery ridge defending. But this time it's called something else. The Sudley Spring Ridge. Yeah, it is kind of a ridge line. Let's see if we can. If I had constructed my up here on with the houses, but then I could not use the creek here as a flank defense. There is an order for the units to defend on higher ground. I'll show you. If you take commander, you can use high ground. I never use this. Instruct the commander to deploy on high ground if possible, because I don't know what consists higher ground. I guess I need to experiment with that and see what the game does. I also read a tooltip that occasionally pops up in the game when you play the game, that you can order your cavalry to scout. Strength not sufficient for detachment, and that the scouts here, they're actually like cavalry skirmishes. That will be a department. No, that's not the word. Division. No, a small detachment. Right. That separates from the parent unit, just like skirmishes. So it's a good thing I read that tooltip. I have not used that before. I didn't think cavalry were able to deploy skirmishes. They are scouts, at least according to this tooltip. 8 o'clock in the evening, and even in summer, I think the longest I've seen a battle go on is 9 o'clock in the evening. And this seems to be the case now. I don't know if that's a bit random or if July always ends at 9 o'clock. I do feel in May, June, we've been fighting quite a few battles. I think the battles ended at 7 and 8 o'clock. A bit earlier. 9 o'clock is very late. Now Burnside arrived. Army of Occupation. Okay. So yeah, 4th of July, not very exciting. The South is just sitting, waiting for the Union to arrive. Fairly sure they will oblige tomorrow. It's usually what happens. But you know, they're not gonna outman. This is an extremely strong defensive position. Maybe not the terrain features on their own, but it's gonna be very hard to outflank. Well, they could swing up against the edge of the map and turn on our left flank on the north up here. End of day. We now have, my impression here is between 3% up to 73%, or actually, yeah. So it's a bit weird. The first cav is 55% resupplied, yet they have a red barrel. Okay, whereas, for example, it's like 2nd Georgia, they only have 35. Okay, that is provisions. Yeah, of course I don't understand how this works. It's auto-generated. You can't influence it. It's just, I guess I feel it's a bit unnecessary to have all this information. I guess it's a cool idea, but if I can't dedicate, let's say, saying like I want this army or this part of the army to get more supplies, why would you even present this information? All I need to know is, yeah, And also, I never ran out of ammo or food during a combat, so we got 16 more engineering points. Alright. That means it's a shame we haven't spotted the Union army. We could either build a couple of reserve entrenchments, or we could reinforce them with the ones we got. No. Or we could I think we're gonna place a few, instead of using these breastworks here, we are going to give the Virginians proper fortifications here. I mean, I'm not saying these are going to be used, but so that was half of our engineering points. Let's just place these guys inside it too, so we don't forget to do that. Okay, something like that, huh? I don't know why they don't get the green fortified symbol, but they probably will once the battle commences. So now, what would you do? Imagine yourself, you're the commander of this battle. Would you reinforce some of these forts here? Or would you construct even further trench lines? I don't think you can cross this river. It's considered a major river. Let's scroll out. Look, it's big. So it's kind of a waste to place in the south here. A secondary line for the Florida troops, or maybe upgrade the... Yeah, I think I'll upgrade these forest left flank. Boom, boom, and boom. Still have 4.5 points. So I guess that means we'll... Okay. Either I give the cavalry some... yeah, I suppose I'll do that. Because I really don't know what to do with the points. Eight more points. There we go. And we'll put the cavalry in there. And you will behind. Wait, are they on horses? I think they are. Okay. And I don't want to do this again. So we're gonna... Oh, we have an autosave, but not after deploying the forts. Okay, let's go. Do we need to dig any breastworks? No, I don't think so. Oh, you know what we could do? We could deploy skirmishes. It just feels gamey to do it. Let's not. Let's try to put ourselves in a position where we get very frustrated because the game is... It's 5 o'clock in the morning, no sign of any... What is the Union up to? What is the Union up to? Wouldn't it be cool if they outflanked us? I have kind of calculated with the AI being bad and doing a frontal assault, because they usually do. I'd say 9 times out of 10, at least 9 times out of 10, the AI will just charge your line straight from their entrance point straight towards the victory location. So you just fortify in front of it. But They could very well be skirting the outskirts somewhere here and trying to outflank me, and I will have to turn around. Nope, here they come. They seem okay. These are huge. These are very large armies. All right, that's interesting. They are kind of outflanking us to the north, or they have the possibility to do it. I would be very surprised if they continued this route here. I think they're gonna turn into my strong fortification line here. But in a way, I need to send reinforcements up here to make sure. And I don't quite want to use the Florida troops because, as you remember, the Florida Corps is on the right flank of the army. But on the other hand, I don't want to use the sharpshooters, the elite troops up here in the wooded hilly forests. So that's a bit of a dilemma. And I don't dare to remove the rear guard 1st Division guarding the crossings at the Victory location here. So let me think. I suppose I want to... Yeah, I will have to send the sharpshooters up here. In case... Well, I don't have to send all of them. You want to see them? Look at these troops. 5-star Alabamians. And the Alabamians have iron discipline. I picked that perk once. I think that's the only brigade in the army that have nice discipline. Level up in range combat, yeah. Okay, and then we have the Mississippi sharpshooters and the 2nd Mississippi, which have a level 2 perk sharpshooters. These guys only have a level 1. So let's send the Alabamians up here and construct a breastwork just in case we have a sneaky Union. There we go. Okay, so that's their orders. Send the commander up there as well, and we'll move the reserve up left here. We're not going to deploy them in the line. Only the Alabamians are going to dig a okay, so that was a really bad... I don't like them walking in front of our line. Of course they want to use the road bonus. Okay, I'm probably gonna regret this, but we're gonna go with this order. See how fast they are marching in marching order, in marching columns, and they are using road. So maybe I can get here before the cavalry arrives, but I'm probably gonna get flanked. Yes, we need to halt these guys, unfortunately. See how long time that's gonna take. Come on, stop. Okay, they stopped. So now we have to move them over here. Okay, you can actually see how the order is going to be implemented. So do we have any more Union troops? No, only a single cavalry brigade so far spotted. And are you serious? The Union, they're forming a line and they're not charging yet. Usually my guess would have been like they would just charge into this and suicide. Okay. As we know, we can't, but we're gonna send out skirmishes here and here. Also here. There we go. I would like, you see, this is the third time. Okay, yes, third time I could angle these. That's what makes the game so bothersome to play. No, it's work. You have to do many orders multiple times before they work. There we go. Here they come. I mean, why wait for the rest of the army, right? Better charge in alone. Huh? Why would you... like... I don't understand how you can have 2 patches with AI rework and updates and improvement. I don't believe it. I think it's just patch notes. I don't think they did anything. It's been like this since early access release. The game has always been like this. The AI will approach in tactical battles one by one, and they will charge in one by one. They're doing it again. There hasn't been any improvement of the AI yet, at least not in this regard. I think maybe on the strategic map, the AI is working better. So we'll place these guys in line and see if they, yeah, right click on the breastwork and they will start constructing breastworks. So we're not gonna, and at 6:30, the 5th of July, battle is initiated on the left flank. 2nd Virginia and 4th Virginia drives the 1st Cavalry away. Okay, so okay, we now have Cox, 2nd Brigade here, approaching. Couldn't I? Let's see if I can. Okay, that's weird. You see how the division commander thinks he has skirmishes deployed? Yes, he does, because one of his brigades has skirmishes out. Not these 2 though, so you can't. Alright. We're sending out the skirmishes here. And this is weird. They don't get cover from the abatis, the fallen chopped down trees here. I think that would be a good idea if they did, but they don't. And they can't dig their own breastworks because they're skirmishes and detachments. Now they're incoming here. I think... I don't know if I need to. They don't even wanna... Are they in column still? Yeah. I think they're in attack column. Like... Wait. 2nd Brigade. 3,300 men. Is this also the 2nd Brigade? No, this is the 3rd Brigade. This looks weird. Okay, I'm probably not spotting the entire brigade. But it seems they're either in attack column or marching columns, and they are approaching my skirmishers. I don't know how you... I mean, I guess the AI could be worse if they were not moving at all. But other than that... And I wonder if my... This artillery is actually opening up, that I was worried didn't have line of sight. So you can see... They can see up here on the hill. I think they're firing, or are they being under fire? No, they're idle. I don't know. Huh. Some artillery... I heard some artillery fire. I'm not interested for the results of the battle. I'm just trying to understand the game better. Here comes the 2nd Brigade. It's so weird how small the icon is, considering they have 3,000 soldiers, but you know. Can I wonder... Okay, so let's examine this battery. It's very experienced. It's the most experienced battery I have in the army, 3 stars. But can you oh, they have some line of sight down here to the right. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to fire on the 3rd Brigade. So I'm giving them order to fire on the 3rd Brigade. Are they gonna open up? No. I guess they don't have line of sight. They're turning around a bit, not firing. So they are being, look, they have line of sight here. So they are being blocked. But that doesn't make sense from a line of sight viewpoint, right? You should have line of sight down here, shouldn't you? Over, up there, not down there, but over there. Okay, I think these guys just fired. Yeah, who are they firing on? I think the red aiming reticle on top of these two brigades is where they're firing. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. When you select the unit and you see where they're firing, that's good. How about these guys here? They are not firing. Do you think I could get them to open up? Let's try, see if they can turn around a bit to the left. I'm playing as an artillery officer here. Yeah. Do we have any? No surprises. We have more infantry coming down here on the north. But so far, I'd say... Oh, look! Union AI is sending in our battery here. Charging our skirmishers with their batteries. Instead of setting them up back here. I'm not extremely impressed. I never am. You see why I prefer to deploy unexperienced troops in the fortifications in the hotspot of the battle? That's because you grind most experience that way. It's a turkey shoot. But you know what can defeat you, or at least threaten your position? Yeah, that would be the rebel, the Confederate AI. See, I have disabled initiative for my armies and officers. Okay, I guess I can send out 5th Virginia skirmishes as well, join in the fun. Let's see if I can send out new skirmishes here. Okay, and I just want them to exit and then open up on 2nd Virginia. You have to tell them manually, otherwise they will walk all the way up to the enemy before they start firing. These guys are being outflanked. That's not good. Yeah, that broke them, being outflanked. Okay, can we send out? No, these guys, the 2nd Brigade is too close. I kind of wish the Union had a bit better fantasy with naming their brigades. They're all 1st and 2nd Brigade, sometimes 3rd Brigade. That's the most creative naming that the Union can come up with. Well, what about the Florida troops? The Union now is committed, right? You see that they're just coming down here, like so. The 2nd Florida. Why don't we place them down here? There we go. And 1st Florida, they have Mississippi rifles. That's very nice. We're gonna. Oh no! There we go. There we go. Where's their artillery is here. They should be able to engage. Are they firing? Yeah, they're firing. Long range Napoleon, 1200 Napoleons. Florida is firing from up here. So, okay, let's go. What I do like with the battle is you can tell they have colors, the uniforms. Although it is a bit weird. The Virginians, they have kind of Union uniforms, can you tell? Light blue pants and dark blue jackets. Yeah, that's how it turned out. This war. Gonna fall back a bit here. I probably should send out skirmishers from 1st Alabama and flank down to the right, but I don't know. I don't want to kill steal from my frontal troops or something like that. Okay. I suppose 2nd Brigade red means they're in bad shape. I don't know if they're broken, routed, or nervous. And what I want to find out is, when do they constitute an active unit that is too close to my units for me to send out new skirmishes? Well, they still are. And now they're being red outflanked. That's not good. Still can't send out skirmishes here. Oh. So 3rd and 6th, 3rd Division is heavily engaged. The Georgians. They're holding fast. Wait, here are some skirmishes that are being outflanked. Okay, well, that's because they're firing up there to the left. I know from a previous experience that if I do this, if I tell them to fall back, no, that's not what I want. If I tell them to fall back to here, I try to give them an order to, no, okay. They're gonna show their flanks to the enemy, and they're gonna break, and they're gonna run back into their parent unit. There's no way to fall back into a better position. Oh, it worked. Yeah, it kind of looks like it worked. Amazing. It might be the first time. Let's see. They are actually, but they are forming up where I didn't ask them to form up. But as long as they're not outflanked. Kitty, kitty, come here. Kitty, kitty, come here. Yeah, these guys are being outflanked, so I'll try to have them retreat back towards our own lines, fall back a bit, and these guys can open up here. Still being outflanked somehow, and they are actually falling back. This is, no, they popped up a red outflanked symbol there for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they turned their backs. Now they broke. Yeah. If you move skirmishers, they will break. It could be that they're under very heavy fire from up here, but still. .830. Oh, artillery. Okay, I guess that's just too easy a target for me to pass up on. We're gonna place Cummings 200 Mississippi rifle sharpshooters up there on the crest. Let's see how that works out for us. These guys. Do we have any outflanking Union troops? No, they're all in front. It's a frontal assault again. Moving it around on the map is a bit sluggish. Someone has low ammo. Johnson. Yeah, I suppose these. No, that's Coleman. Okay. We have a bit of a. Not a breakthrough, but. Okay, see, I don't understand why. Are my is it my troops? No, they're not being outflanked, but they have casualties, and they're charged by a determined foe. Oops. Poop. Do I? Yeah, I'm gonna make them fall back. I don't want them to be charged by skirmishes. So we're gonna send out Florida skirmishes now. and we're gonna have them help repulse this charge here. Hopefully. Are they opening up? They're idle, they're intact, they're marching, they're getting into line, and they're marching. The parapet abattis idle still. Do I need to give them manual firing orders? It looks like they're firing. Maybe they're blocked by idle still. I don't know. Okay, time to engage with skirmishes again after that wonderful Union assault. 9 o'clock in the morning, and I have to say that, ooh, look, we have something doing something here. Okay, I suppose that warrants us to release skirmishers on the on the right flank. Why not? There we go. Oh, they crossed the creek. You know, I'm happy if you set up on this side of the creek. You don't have to cross the creek. My cat is severely unhappy with me, how I perform the battle. I'm performing in the battle. Yes, I know, yeah. It's torture. It's torture watching me play. So what you can do is, as soon as the skirmishes are released or separated, you give them a firing order and they will start opening up fire. If you don't want them to walk all the way up, I think it would be highly convenient if you could tell your skirmishes in a general specific option for the entire army. Like, I don't want you to approach to within 25 yards of the enemy before you open up firing. It's like open up at maximum range. But the way it's set is like, this is the distance that all skirmishers walk away from the mother parent unit, and there's no way. All you can do is manually arrange it, like I'm doing constantly. Like here, see, they want to go this distance up there. And in this instance, it's fine, right? I mean, that's perfect now. But it might not always be convenient. Are these guys firing? Oh, wait, no. Do they have to, how far did they have to walk? There we go. I think we're gonna win this skirmish. Artillery units don't fare too well versus sharpshooters. But hey. Yes, you can come here and help me command if that's your. Okay, so somehow these skirmishes are outflanked. Yes, because they have turned to the right. No matter that the Union army is to the left, they have decided to turn to the right. I have not given them more to do that, but we're gonna order them to fire on these guys, and they might just turn to face them. No, they don't want to do that. Somehow, that's not a good idea. Instead, they're walking backwards. Okay, let's see if we can have them line up towards the enemy so they don't get outflanked. And these guys, you stay back a bit. Sorry about my cat. I don't feel sorry for him. Wait, where's my skirmishers? Aren't they? Oh, look! We have an artillery assault, Rosecrans, a named detachment. Oh, you know what? That is probably Rosecrans' infantry brigade that is capturing his own guns up here in the front. Is that it? I think so. Start firing on these guys so you don't walk away. Armstrong here, the Florida troops. Let's angle them up here a bit. So oh, look, they chased them away. That's good, that's good. I like that. Let's retreat with them up into the hills, the Alabama troops. Second Virginia, I'm pretty sure they have skirmishes out, but I can't see them. They're underneath the... Yes, yes. Can you give me a second? Excuse me. Kom, ska vi gå ut? Kom, gå ut. Gå ut. Yeah, I sent my cat von Hindenburg, is his name. Sent him out to scout. Alright, what were we doing here? Trashing the Union Army. Oh, look, we have a division commander up here in the Abatis. Interesting. Well, at 10 o'clock, I can say the Union behaved exactly like I predicted. So, and the same as they always do. Let's be honest here. Are they laying down, the Georgians? No, they're kneeling. That's nice. I like to see the skirmishers kneeling. There's even some losses here. They are wait. They're pulling up here. Churchill's. Oh, they have detachments. That's interesting to see that the Union, at least they're using some skirmishes. Okay, I was trying to grab Second Virginia. Oh, there we go. I got him. Anything on the right flank? No. Oh yeah, we have some... am I being taken under artillery fire here? I wonder if I could... Let's try this. What happens if you order... counter battery? Is that gonna be counter battery fire? Because we have fire at will. Target and I suppose if I give these guys manual order to fire on, they will fire at will as an order, but they will target the first battery. That's what I'm hoping, at least. They're idle now. They're not in cover either. I'm gonna move them up. I can't move them up. I can turn them a bit. But it's weird they're not in cover behind this breastwork here. They're still idle. I guess I'll have these guys fall back. They're skirmishers. There's no reason for them to get shot to pieces. How about this one? Let's see if we can... It looks like the line of sight should be there. And also the orange symbol kind of... No, it seems they can see us, but we can't see them. It's pretty weird. You know what we can do? We can lay down. It's gonna reduce the losses a bit. So let's see if we can get Benning's battalion battery down here. See if that helps. AI something. Cartel in contact. That's interesting. No surprises. I don't know who Cartel is. Oh, here we go. Finally, the AI decided to leave the trenches. Yeah, I was a bit surprised that we haven't seen any of my brigades suicidally leave the order again. We have commander has no initiative allowed, and also we have use cover as an order, but it just doesn't work. I'm gonna try to get him to go back into in the fortification again. It's probably gonna make him get outflanked or potentially teleport out here into melee. Let's make a save. I kind of had to say that this ruins the game. What's happening here with the, well, you know, your brigades just doing crazy stuff like this. It just seems to me like it's entirely random. Not random. This happens. It's a glitch or a bug. And I can't understand how they can be on patch 1.9 and okay, they're outflanked. But they refuse to get back in the cover. They're just angling up more. Are they? Oh, and this is their target over here. So they're not aiming for their target. Well, it's just this happens at least once per large battle in my experience. Are they now moving back into the cover? We could send out skirmishes here, maybe. No, we can't. And the Florida troops, they lost their skirmishes. Maybe these skirmishes can cover our retarded Georgia division. No, sorry, brigade. They're falling back according to their status. Falling back under fire is a red deficit, but they're not being outflanked now. I mean, this would be a good opportunity for the game to recognize that these guys are being outflanked, but no, they're not outflanked. They're only red arrow falling back under fire. It's super weird. It's super weird. I'm used to it now. This is just the way the game works, and that is saying the game doesn't work very well. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. But it's not a big thing here now. But if this would have happened when the Union was pushing me heavily, these guys would have been taking in such heavy fire. They would have broken, routed, and fled. So that's why I'm keeping a second line behind. And if this happened once during the war, but it happens every single battle, they will angle out of the fortification. They will not be able to get back in. This is an exception. If these guys manage to retreat inside and get back into... maybe not the first time it happens, but definitely most of the time these kind of maneuvers will break the brigade. Let's see if we can. And we can't get skirmishes out for some reason. No, you guys should just stop there and start firing. And it makes you paranoid. It's like you cannot relax and say, yeah, I've given my army orders. I can now just wait and see what happens. Because you know sooner or later some unit's gonna make something crazy. Let's call it suiciding, because it's basically what it is. Send out some skirmishers here and have them engage these guys. Oh, no. How about you halt? Can I give him an order to halt? Yeah, that actually works. They stopped. That's amazing. Out skirmishers and skirmishes. Don't advance too far. We don't want you to advance too far. We're gonna make you halt. Yes, halt order works. That's very impressive. And are these guys now? Yeah, they're firing now. Now they have a line of sight down here somewhere. To me it looks like this orange line just... To me it looks like their line of sight is not down here. So I don't think you can trust this orange line of sight icon here. It doesn't work. It's just entirely broken. Did we lose? Yeah, I think we lost skirmishes here. No, we didn't. No, these guys are too close. Or is that... So this is a lot of juicy leader and unit experience without suffering too many losses. So far, at 12 midday, the Union lost 9,000 men to our 1,500. This might be the best battle of the war, one of the best at least. And the reason for that is that so far I managed to avoid these disasters where... yeah, I'll have to give it to first Georgia. They managed to do their wonky AI bug and they saved the situation. Hey, halt please. Halt. So I think maybe a better way to play the game, I am playing on the hardest difficulty, so the Union is set to 150%, whatever, resource, morale, I don't know what it increases, but you cannot increase Union advantages more, because I know the AI is weak. But I think maybe next time you should play on normal difficulty, and then role play your armies that you don't use fortifications this way. Or allow yourself to, like, I think you have to put yourself on house rules. But if you have all these Union resources and roleplay, I wouldn't be able to win the war. I don't think I would, which would be historical. Okay, so maybe that should be the thing. Put the AI on scenario advantages. I think it's hard and hardest, 25 and 50% bonus. So maybe you want to play on hard, but then you have to make house rules to yourself that don't exploit fortifications like I am now. I am playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. It's just that it makes the human player too strong. Well, too strong. It's hard to say. I haven't seen the end of a campaign yet. It might be that in 1864 and 65, even though I'm trashing the Union armies now, up until now, it could be that their industry and their amount of troops, it's just, I mean, they might have 3 or 4 or 500,000 armies, and you know, I'm a bit limited. I don't have the cash to increase my army size. I have the volunteers. I definitely have a lot of draft troops, but oh yeah, but of course I could also start loaning money. That's the thing. Imagine this: I have not taken any loans in this campaign. I think we're gonna go and hunt down these batteries here, because I'm tired of being under fire. About that, huh? These guys, they're not firing. I think I'll send them up here. But first, Georgia, you're heroes. It would be cool if you could give medals. Your leaders can get famous from battles. I suppose it's time to advance now. I'm gonna move Ewell's cavalry up. No, we're not. Wait, I just saw something here. Did you see that? What's that? It's 3rd Brigade and... okay, no. We have some sort of attempt at outflanking us northwards. So let's not move anything. Maybe even move 6th Virginian Division, Loring, up here to the left. Give me a second, I need to think about that. Nah, we're gonna keep them in a line. It's just too juicy. The XP is just too juicy here. Engage. Wait, why can't I engage the 1st Brigade? Weird. Wait, what? That's so weird. I could attack the detachment, but this icon here, I can't attack them. Look at the amount of artillery. That's up here and dead. Alright. Okay, let's order them to halt then. That usually works fine. The Florida skirmishes are falling back. Hey, I want you guys to skirmish as well. Where are you gonna put those skirmishes? I don't know, maybe up here. So let me know in the comments, how do you play this game? Like, what settings? I think few players are as micromanagey as I am, but I'm used to playing quite advanced or very advanced war games, board games, etc. from a long time back, and it's like if you have any potential advantages, you're supposed to use them in a war game. I don't play sloppily. I'm not saying it's wrong to do it. Playing on normal and playing a bit sloppily, you probably have more fun than what I do. I get constantly frustrated because I care about improving my result, and the AI is useless. So what am I competing against? I have to say that I should probably rethink my way of enjoying this game and others. All right. They somehow, the 3rd Brigade here broke every single skirmisher I had with some sort of push. Okay. They didn't break my line though, so I guess that's good. We could turn these guys around. I don't know if you can tell how sluggish the game moves. The map moves. Look! We have an outflanking attempt. How cute. Yeah, we're not gonna do it. Yeah, I think... I don't know if they're like withdrawing from the battle. Cavalry charged our abatis. I really don't see that these red fallen highest level. Okay, someone died. Anderson losing men. Who's Anderson? Yeah, that must have been the skirmishes. They lost 93. Okay, so those. Okay, the artillery, the cavalry charge here really put a hurt on my skirmishes. They lost half their men. But what's funny about that is they were hiding inside these fallen trees, and historically these abatis were trees that you placed. If I understand it, you placed it with, like, you fell the tree and you placed it with the bottom towards the enemy, so that the branches were facing kind of like spikes down. Especially pine trees were used, and they were facing them, and it was kind of like a biological barbed wire, right? And look, 1st Cavalry, they don't care. So obviously these terrain features, they're mostly cosmetical. I don't see that they slow down the enemy. I don't see that they make any difference in a cavalry charge like this. This should be impossible with fallen trees in front, right? But hey, let's open up with these guys. It's just a shame. I would say skirmishes inside these trees should be immune to cavalry charges, but instead they get slaughtered. Maybe not the most important thing, or the most broken feature of the game, but hey, still. Guess I'll chase these artillery batteries away from the field. Oh, look, we got artillery on our left flank. Sorry, right flank. Here comes the outflank attempt. Ah, it's a bit late, AI. Second brigade. Yeah, with 600 casualties already suffered. I think you're too late. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's too little too late. Send out some new skirmishes. We have some Anderson low on ammunition. I don't know. Yeah, maybe when it's a red icon, not when it's yellow. I don't want ammo because they still have. How much ammo do they have? They have low ammunition, but then it gets red and says very low. So I think that message would be better when they run into low, because you get yellow low ammo skirmishes all the time. And here we are. The Union army is running away, kind of, because they lost 11,000 men, whereas we lost 2,300. That's a pretty good battle. 5-1 losses. I love it. They're withdrawing. Stevenson arrives. Wait, is that my troops? Shenandoah Corps? Yes, it is. Oh, that is so weird. Wait, Shenandoah Corps. These troops are from... Wait. Wait, why is Army of the Northwest here? These guys are down from Richmond. The West Virginians. They're garrisoning Richmond. That's very interesting. Poof. That's a long way away from Manassas. I don't think I have no idea why these guys, what they're doing here. They should not be here. Maybe there's another day of combat. I don't think so, though. Let's see if we can artillery bombard those units down there. Okay. No. Okay. That artillery. I'm fairly sure. There's been a long while, but I gave him a direct bombardment order, and I didn't know they would pursue like this. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna do any pursuit because it's too much micromanagement. What I might do though is move some artillery down on the right flank and fire across the river on the approaching outflank maneuver. I'll look at all this UC artillery down here that we never used. Yeah. So as expected, the higher quality of our troops and leaders really decided this with the fortifications. 2.3 to 12, but we're not above 24%, so it's still no major victory. We need to inflict some more losses. How can we do that? Yeah, maybe with the new army, wherever that is. Is it gone now? No, it's here. Is it even moving? No, it doesn't seem to be moving. Okay, let's try again. Second time. Are you gonna assault? It would be nice if you assaulted 2nd Brigade, because I need a little bit more losses so that we can have 24% instead of I'm on speed 5. I probably should go speed 10 here to not bore my audience, potential audience, to death. I guess he's just gonna sit there and take some artillery fire. Is this battery firing? It's not. How about this one? Nope. Nope. Well, at least I guess my Mississippi artillery is getting some experience here late afternoon, not 5 o'clock, and the Union Army is withdrawing, I suppose in good order, because it's only a minor victory. Yeah, we're at only 21% losses, 12,000 men. I would call this a major victory, but I guess it depends how you define it. 2nd Brigade is withdrawing again. All right. We're at speed 10. You can't do this faster than what I'm doing. I'm not saying this decides the war. 12,000 Union losses to 2,000, a 6-1. But it sure decides the summer campaign in Virginia in the East for summer of 1863. There is, like, whatever the Union now is going to do, how much he's going to harass me or invade me, the Army of Northern Virginia is going to be able to handle that with these losses, new losses. Even, I mean, the Union feels maybe 50,000 more troops than I do. I could fight a 2-1 battle with this army. So Virginia is saved. Even though we had a battle which was very exciting because they invaded and attacked Richmond, and I barely got this army of Shenandoah, the Corps of Shenandoah, or the Northwestern Army. They were there by a random coincidence, and it was very weak, very bad troops, not very nicely led, and they're disrupted. And they managed to defeat a decent Union army. That was a good battle. That was a fun battle. I think it's 2 streams back, so go back and watch that. If you just want to sit through an hour of a tactical battle, that's the one to watch, not this one. Look at all this artillery here. I'm gonna I think they're only 6-pounders. And you can't really tell, but I might as well capture them, right? And also, I don't know what happens. What is the difference of picking up artillery pieces from the field like this? Should I not capture? I don't know how it works when you capture. I suppose these artillery pieces that I captured during the battle, at least I get them for sure. And otherwise, it might just be a random proportion of what artillery is left on the battlefield if you make an automatic capture after the battle. Who knows? But as far as I know, I mostly capture 6-pounders. So the AI seems to mostly equip his new units with like default. I might as well do this because it's times 10, right? So, oh, did we shoot some artillery over here? No, nothing to capture. Oh, look, a headquarter. Interesting. That's it? Nope, there's some more. All right, I think you should, end of day. I think you should stop watching now and just skip to the next one. I will make a summary and explain what happens, the losses and whatever. But we have 11,000 losses to 2,300. They lost all their artillery, 150 artillery pieces, and we lost 1. AI, you're so bad. But it's still a minor victory. 150 artillery pieces lost. Yeah, minor victories. The unit's like shrugging it off like, we just recruit 11,000. Well, these are not 11,000 casualties. These are lost, means they're scattered to the wind. So a lot of these troops are gonna get back into the Union armies again. They lost 0.5% of morale, national morale, and we gained 0.7 experience. We captured 5,700 rifles though, that's nice. It could be some modern rifles among those. 2,100 prisoners. We have expanded the prison camp in Richmond. But I think we still might be overcrowded soon. That cost $6 million. That's very expensive. They had 1,400 killed. And we had only 400 killed and 400 missing. And the rest wounded. Okay. They're confident, whereas we have morale is eager. I mean, eager is better than confident. No. Yeah, eager is better than confident, but I don't know how good morale eager is, if that's the best morale our army is enjoying. Should be. And what I usually do now is I like to kind of jump in and check out my army and see if you can Florida still has 1 and 0 stars, so they didn't gain a star. I think these were the ones fighting a lot. Virginia here, 1 star. I don't think they had that before. 3rd Virginia, so that's nice. This guy has 3 stars, Johnston. So I think we're gonna make him a major general and give him a corps, because he's such a good, Albert Johnson is such a good leader. So we'll promote him. Longstreet only has 1 star, so he's been recently promoted. Here's a cavalry leader. Pooh, I don't know why. So this is the shit I do offline. We have a major general here. Reigns. Yeah, let's put him in charge there. Gladden here. He isn't the best leader, but I am running out of very good. Look, like Debrel, he's not a good leader. See if I can replace him. I like doing this, trying to find. So for example, this guy is better. Let's put him in charge there. Little, he's a really good leader, isn't he? And he has 2 stars. I think we're gonna make him a brigadier. There we go. He lost 1 star, but and now we need to replace it. That's the problem, having enough decent colonels coming up through the ranks. Oh, look at this. Fulkerson. He's not an infantry leader, but he's a volunteer. That's good. Look. And also, I don't understand. It's obvious that when you try to assign a new leader and you click infantry here, there is a different selection of leaders in different armies. And I don't know if that depends on the brigade, where if it's like, this is a Virginia brigade, do I get one assortment of Eastern or Virginian leaders to choose from? For example, this guy is from Virginia. He's from Virginia. So you can only place Virginia leaders on a Virginia. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So I have a selection of Virginia leaders for a Virginia brigade. So okay, I understand it. I understand. It's been a bit but when it comes, then I think I can place a division commander from any state. It's only the brigades themselves leading the troops. But on a higher HQ, you can place a leader from any state. That's why I haven't really, I mean, sometimes it's like, yeah, I get a larger selection, but then all right. Fairly sure I figured that out now. So, I guess only one brigade that got experience enough to have a star, and instead of being whatever it is, greenhorns, they're now inexperienced. How about the Army of Virginia? Let's check that out a bit. You can turn off the stream. Go watch something else. 1st Virginia, 3 stars. 6th Virginia, they did not, they're still greenhorns. Yeah. 1st Georgia, 2 stars. And 2nd Georgia, 4 stars. Time to give them Mississippi rifles. Jesus, 4 stars. I mean, I usually give my best brigades Mississippi rifles, but since they didn't have it, I think they started with maybe 1 star or maybe 2 stars. Can't remember. Very good. These Georgians, it's an entire elite division. Oh boy. That's so good. Can I give... Do I have enough rifles? Yes, I do. All right. So, our Georgia division here. Second... No. What the hell? 2nd division. See how weird that is? Let's close this. Like when I press the 2nd division and try to change the name of it, it calls itself Army of Northern Virginia. That is a bug. It's not supposed to do that. 2nd division. Yeah, I don't know. I can't rename the 2nd division. This is the again. Oh, maybe because they're still in battle or something. Cav, 6th division. Yeah, same here. But anyway, the Georgia, the 3rd division under Walker. Look how experienced he is. He has 4 stars. That's crazy. Walker, you son of a gun. I think I have to promote you. You deserve it. Look at him. He's a lieutenant general and he's so good. Loring. Yeah, that's because the Georgians were involved the most in the fighting, so the leader got a lot of experience here. But Cartrell isn't very good. Well, these leaders aren't. They have some crappy leaders. I don't like that. I would like to see better leaders for these, because these are kind of elite, these troops. Let's see if we can replace this guy. Let's go with infantry. Nope, not really. I guess Georgia doesn't have a lot of good leaders. I think we will have to live with what we got over there. But sometimes you can find a really good leader hidden down here in the bottom. Bottom of the pile, I suppose. I really thought they would be sorted in some sort of quality order, but sometimes they're not. Okay. I'm afraid to say it, that the Georgian leaders, they're gonna remain fairly unqualified. We don't happen to have a qualified division leader in our pool, do we? Little. I think we're gonna give it to Little. Little is gonna command the Georgians now. What else? Loring, Johnson, and Deschler. 2 stars. Ewell doesn't have any experience at all. He's a greenhorn, but Loring isn't great, so I keep him on 2 stars. I'm not gonna promote him. Deschler is 2 stars. He's okay, but I'm not gonna promote him. Magruder, he's amazing. Look at his stats. He's got 4 stars in almost all of them, and he's 3 stars experience. So I could easily promote him, but I just want a good corps leader. First corps is my best corps, and I think this is my best corps leader. And Lee now has 3 stars. This battle gave him, he had 1 star, or maybe he had 2 stars. Well, he's a 3-star veteran officer now, with fairly amazing stats. He is an engineer though. Magruder is an infantry leader, so maybe this guy would be better as an army leader than Lee. I don't understand. Maybe Lee, yeah, I think he was an engineer originally, so it's historically correct. Having served originally as an army engineer, this officer knows the value of fieldworks. This makes his unit better in siege warfare and constructing or overcoming obstacles. Maybe that's why we get 35 engineering points in the battle when he's commanding. Oh, another early is a... We don't happen to have... Let's see if we can replace early. I mean, I don't quite like having an engineer leader in charge of an infantry brigade. We're gonna go with infantry, and I guess this guy, Taliaferro, that sounds Spanish. Look, we have a lot of nice Virginian leaders because they have the officer academy, but none of them is an actual infantry leader. I guess Taliaferro is the best, huh? 2 stars experience. And he's been in he's a veteran he's a volunteer. Alright, I'm gonna give him. Cool, man. That's how you do it. I guess we freed up a few leaders, and we also changed a bit of weapons around. And is this the second Manassas? I think it is. You call this second. Let's call it bull run. Second bull run. Why I'm saving is because when I do the leadership arrangements and distributing new rifles, etc., I don't feel like going back and doing that again if something happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that battle. It was okay. At least my brigades didn't suicide this time. But as a gaming experience, it's not super exciting. It isn't. I'm basically praying for not having a AI feature design disaster. That is the best gaming experience I can have. I wish these tactical battles, it's a very good foundation to stand on, but they really need to improve some features of it. Like it's not good enough, but it has incredible potential as a war game. That's my conclusion. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.